Greetings once more, dear friends. Fanatical Dragon back once again. It's been a little while since I've had a chance to do an update about Arrow's incoming Shawscope Volume 3 box set, and that's what this is going to be today, largely because it's here. I got my screener copies through about a week ago or so, and so largely this video is just going to be marking the intentions of how we're going to go forward. As I've done in the previous 2 years, I'll be breaking down the box set disc by disc, so we'll do a kind of brief movie summary, but mostly taking a look at the extras. And the other big bit of information that's come out since the last time I had a chance to do a video about the set is that Arrow has officially announced all the special features that are going to be across the Volume 3 box set. So we're going to run through those today, and then starting off as soon as I can get into making the review videos, we'll start off going disc by disc, leading up to the set's official release about the end of November. So let's jump into it. So disc 1 contains one single movie. Disc 1 is the One-Armed Swordsman. Previously we had a release from 88 Films that was a very early release in their Shaw Brothers cycle. I think it's spine number 15, which was a UK only release, so region B locked. This time around, very happy that my American friends are going to get a chance to see the movie looking better than it ever has, and the special features on this we'll talk about, as well as the restoration. So the brand new restoration is being done by Celestial Pictures and Imagine Richavata. This is very similar to what we saw on Shawscope Volume 2 with the 36 Chamber of Shaolin, where the first movie in the trilogy had a 4K restoration, and then Arrow took care of the other restorations themselves. We get newly restored uncompressed Mandarin and English mono audio, newly translated English subs, plus optional hard of hearing subtitles for the English dub. A brand new commentary by David West, author of Chasing Dragons, an introduction to the martial arts film. Now, David West was previously actually interviewed on 88's version, but he's stepping up for full commentary duties. I think the commentary on the old 88 version was by He Who Must Not Be Named, so looking forward to actually hearing a full commentary by David. A newly filmed appreciation of the One-Armed Swordsman series by film critic and historian Tony Raines. Then we dive wonderfully back in to the Frederick Ambrosine archives, and there's a whole stack of different interviews from his collections going back to the early 2000s. So we get an interview with actor Wang Yu, filmed in 2001. We get an interview with Chow Chow, filmed in 2005. An interview with the actor Ku Feng, filmed in 2004. Then an appreciation of director Chang Che's work by film historian Sam Ho, filmed in 2003. Interview with Daniel Lee, the director of the remake What Price Survival, filmed in 2004. And then, delighted about this next one, we get a newly created video essay called One-Armed Side Hustles, a new video essay created by Brandon Bentley on Wang Yu's career playing amputee protagonists, which I've checked out very quickly. It's about 10 minutes long. Incredible, as Brandon Bentley's work always is. A delight to see him kind of creating a specific extra for this set. And then we get theatrical trailers and the trailers for other films by Chang Che. So that was our first disc. Then we jump into disc number 2. As we saw with Volume 2 of the box set, contains 2 movies, and the other 2 movies in the trilogy. So we're getting the return of the One-Armed Swordsman and the new One-Armed Swordsman. Both of those are on disc 2. And the extra features for those, not quite as comprehensive as we saw for the One-Armed Swordsman, but still a pretty good lineup. We're getting brand new 2K restorations of both films from the original negatives by Arrow Films themselves. Newly restored uncompressed Mandarin and English mono audio for both films. Again, newly translated English subs for both movies, plus optional hard of hearing subs for the English dubs. A brand new commentary on Return of the One-Armed Swordsman by Sam Dane, which is great news. Sam Dane's Shaw Brothers commentaries are first class. I think I first heard her one for Come Drink With Me, which is still my kind of favourite commentary for that movie. Sam Dane is always a great mix of kind of some scholarly information, but also an awful lot of kind of her perspective and a lot of humour too. Her tracks are a really good mix, really good list. And then a commentary on the new One-Armed Swordsman by martial arts cinema expert Brian Bankston, and theatrical trailers for both movies. Now, I'll get into it more when I actually do the proper review for disc number 2, but I have had a quick check of the transfers for both movies, and they're markedly better than the previous versions that I had. I have the Vengeance Pact releases, The Return of the One-Armed Swordsman and the new One-Armed Swordsman, which are both still great releases, especially the new One-Armed Swordsman, which has a wonderful commentary by Big Mike Leader and Arna Venema on it. These are still quite available, but they're quite tricky to track down. Beautiful Kung Fu Bob art on the Vengeance Pact releases. Artwork for the Arrow release for these 3 movies being done by Tony Stella, and is absolutely wonderful. And again, we'll take a look at all of the kind of the menus that each of the artists have created as we go through each disc individually. So then we move on to disc number 3, which is housing The Lady Hermit and Intimate Confessions of a Chinese Courtesan. And as with the previous disc, we're getting brand new 2K restorations of both films by Arrow themselves. And again, newly restored uncompressed Mandarin and English mono audio for both films. Newly translated English subs for both movies, plus optional hard of hearing subs. Brand new commentary on The Lady Hermit by James Mudge. 2 brand new commentaries for Intimate Confessions of a Chinese Courtesan, one by film critic and historian Tony Raines, and great that Sam Dane's getting another track too, so we get one by Sam Dane as well. Alternate English export credits for Intimate Confessions of a Chinese Courtesan, and theatrical trailers for both films. Moving us on to disc 4, which is 14 Amazons, and again our brand new 2K restoration by Arrow, again newly restored uncompressed Mandarin and English mono audio tracks, and again newly translated English subs, once again optional hard of hearing subs. Then with this time round we're getting a commentary by Jonathan Clements. Always a treat getting Jonathan Clements commentaries on Arrow sets, and previously we had him doing Heroes of the East. His commentary tracks are an absolute delight. I've been a huge fan of his work, way going back to the Manga UK days. Always really informative, always kind of really funny, and just great tracks. And then again we jump back into Frederic Amberzine's archives, and we get an interview with stuntwoman Sharon Young from 2004, interview with film historian B.D. Chang from 2005, and an interview with film critic Law Carr filmed in 2005, and theatrical trailers. Swiftly moving us into disc 5, The Magic Blade and Clans of Intrigue. There was a little bit of a typo on the screener disc, but that is what disc 5 contains. And again, brand new 2K restorations of both films from the original negatives, once again by Arrow. Newly restored uncompressed Mandarin and English mono audio for The Magic Blade. Newly restored uncompressed Mandarin and Cantonese mono audio for Clans of Intrigue. Newly translated English subs for both films, plus optional hard of hearing subs for the English dub of The Magic Blade. Once again, Sam Dane steps up for commentary duties, and she does the track for The Magic Blade. And then we get a new commentary on Clans of Intrigue by critic James Mudge, an alternative version of Clans of Intrigue via seamless branching, featuring 4 extended scenes previously censored for explicit material, and then we get theatrical trailers for both films, taking us to disc 6, which houses the Jade Tiger and the Sentimental Swordsman. Once again, brand new 2K restorations from the original negatives by Arrow, newly restored uncompressed Mandarin mono audio for the Jade Tiger, and newly restored uncompressed Mandarin and Cantonese mono audio for the Sentimental Swordsman. Newly translated English subs for both films. Brand new commentary on the Jade Tiger by critic Ian Jane, and David West steps back in to do the commentary for the Sentimental Swordsman, and theatrical trailers for both films again, taking us to disc number 7, which has got one of them, I think probably might well be the one that's most popular with the fans across this whole set, because it houses the Avenging Eagle and Killer Constable. Killer Constable we previously saw out from 88 Films, but it's become one of the more expensive titles to track down, and again that was just a Region B release, so for all of our American friends, again they're a bit over the moon that they're getting Killer Constable. So we're getting brand new 2K restorations of both films from the original legs, once again by Arrow, and again newly restored uncompressed Mandarin and English mono audio for both films, plus the Cantonese mono dub for the Avenging Eagle. Newly translated English subs for both films, and again hard of hearing subs for the English dubs. A brand new commentary on the Avenging Eagle by martial arts cinema expert and recent house guest to my house, the wonderful Frank Jeng. 3 brand new commentaries on Killer Constable, one by Tony Raines, one by Frank Jeng, and one by martial arts cinema expert Brian Bankston. Additional and alternative scenes from the South Korean version of Killer Constable in standard def, but just great to see them on here, and alternative English language title sequences for both films, and the theatrical trailer for both movies, taking us to disc number 8, which is the last movie disc on the set, and that is housing Buddha's Palm and The Bastard Swordsman. And we're getting brand new 2K restorations of both films in the original negatives by Arrow once again, newly restored uncompressed Cantonese, Mandarin and English mono audio for Buddha's Palm, newly restored uncompressed Mandarin mono audio for The Bastard Swordsman, newly translated English subs again for both films, and once more optional hard of hearing subs. A brand new commentary on Buddha's Palm by critic and translator Dylan Chung, and Frank steps up for the commentary for Bastard Swordsman, which will be a treat. Alternative English title sequence for Buddha's Palm as Raiders of the Magic Palm, and theatrical trailers for both films. Now, unlike the previous 2 sets, this time around we are actually getting a separate standalone bonus disc, and that's what's on disc 9. So disc 9 just full of bonus features, and the list of features on here incredible. I've had a quick look through. It's going to take me quite a while to go through them, because in some cases there's whole other versions of movies. So we're getting a high def with standard definition VHS inserts presentation of the Korean version of Killer Constable, with newly translated English subs, featuring over half an hour of exclusive alternate footage never released outside of South Korea before. We're getting a newly filmed appreciation of Chor Yun by Tony Raines. Then I suspect back to Frederic Amberzine's archives again for an interview with stuntwoman Sharon Young, specifically about Intimate Confessions of a Chinese Courtesan from 2005, an appreciation of Intimate Confessions from 2003 by academic Si Man Hong, musician Kwan King Chung and filmmaker Clarence Falk, director of Naked Killer, an interview with Dit Long from 2004, archive interviews with director Chor Yun, with Yun Hua and Li Qing on The Magic Blade, an appreciation of Chor Yun's career by film historian Sam Ho from 2003, interview with screenwriter Si Tu On The Magic Blade, filmed in 2003, an interview with actor Ku Feng, specifically about The Avenging Eagle from 2004, and an interview with Eddie Ko, also about The Avenging Eagle, filmed in 2004. And that is pretty much your extras on the set, but god damn, it's a lot. I think there's maybe more extras pound for pound than we've seen on the previous two sets, whereas the lineup of the last two box sets was maybe a tiny bit more to my taste in terms of there was an awful lot of Lau Gar Long and a huge amount of Chang Che. This turn around we're getting a little bit more of a mix, but I think a really great selection of titles. They look incredible. We'll go through each disc individually as we work our way through the reviews, but we have our one last disc, and this time round just one audio CD. Previously we got two, but I'm actually kind of quite happy they've decided to just do one CD and then give us the extra bonus disc. So disc 10, the last disc on the set, is more music from the DeWolf Music Library, and that I'm assuming will be some cuts that have been used across the movies that we have seen. And that is it. We've rambled on for enough. So I'm going to start the reviews as quickly as I possibly can. Obviously we'll be starting with disc 1 with the One-Armed Swordsman. I'll do a comparison between the 88 films version and this new beautiful 4K restoration, and take a look at all the extras in turn and the movie itself, and we'll bring that to you as soon as I possibly can. So now is a very good time to subscribe to the channel if you've not already had a chance to do so. I think about 70 or 80% of the people watching my videos still haven't subscribed, and it really helps the channel out if you do. So yeah, click that red button, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications so you know when one of these new review videos will drop. And that is it for today. Thank you so much for making it to the end. I salute you, you die-hard Shaw Brothers fan who's watched here till the bitter end. I've been the Fanatical Dragon, and I will see you on the next one very soon. Take care.